Grand Rising, all kings and queens, all gods and goddesses, all beautiful people. I am Be Floss to God, and this morning I'm just going to be speaking briefly about fasting. Right, and for those of you who may not know what fasting is abstaining from anything, mostly food, for a period of time. Right, but this morning I'm going to be speaking briefly about fasting, no, physical fasting. Right, abstaining from food for a certain amount of time. Right, and the benefits and stuff like that, and how it works with the body, right? And this is from my own experience as well, and also the research that I would have done and applied, and my experience, right? Now, the last video I did, I spoke about fasting too, but prayer and fasting, and they gave the meaning behind the meanings according to the scriptures, according to the biblical scriptures, right? But today I'm just going to be speaking briefly about the actual physical fasting right now, right? Now, I've done fasting before, a couple times, right? And the longest time I've ever fasted was 33 days, and that was recently, from January to February, right? I wanted to go 40 days, but I only made it to 33. No, fasting is not easy because it's something now that we have to adjust to, just like putting the law of attraction into practice or the law of assumption. It wasn't easy at first, but when you start to get into it, it becomes natural, just like anything you're doing for the first time, right? And fasting, it helps a lot with discipline too, because if you can control your stomach, because we as humans, we love to eat. If you don't eat at a certain time, you might feel like you're gonna die, but you're not gonna die. So it calls for a lot of discipline, a lot of mind power, right? And fasting, it has a lot of benefits because fasting heals the body, right? It doesn't matter whatever sickness you have, disease, whatever the case might be, fasting heals the body. Now, people say the natural foods, so-called fruits and the vegetables and the natural herbs, the herbal teas and stuff like that, that it heals the body. Fasting is what heals the body. Now, those natural juices and stuff like that and the so-called healthy foods, what they do is they help the organs to function properly in order for the body to heal correctly. They don't heal the body itself, right? What they do is they help the organs to function properly because our bodies were designed to heal itself, right? And it's through fasting. When you stop intaking all those solid foods, the energy that your body would use to break down the solid foods that you ingest constantly, right? When you fast now, when you're not intaking those solid foods, right? The energy used now to break down those foods will be used now to heal the body, right? Because the function of the liver itself is to take the waste, right? It's to store the waste and then release it through our urine and through when we excrete, right? Now, what happens now, and why most people tend to get sick and stuff like that, is when there's a buildup now of mucus in the body and toxins, right, on the liver, right? When it's making it hard now for the liver now to release um, the toxins, because every time it starts to release now, more and more toxins are coming in. So you're not giving your body, your stomach, a break, right? So that's why now mucus builds up in the body now, causing a lot of sickness and stuff like that, right? And just using the herbal teas alone and eating the so-called normal foods, is not gonna heal the body. What they do though is they help the liver now to function properly, as I would have said before, right? It makes it easier now for you to excrete, and flush out some of the toxins through the urine and stuff like that. But when you can completely shut off the eating the solid foods, right, and just intake liquids and stuff like that, right, that's when the healing process begins on a rapid. So if you have problems with your skin and stuff like that, you might probably have rashes or something, or let's say dry skin, or just any sickness in the whole, or like eczema or anything like that. So when you shut off the eating, right? Because what happens is now, a lot of toxins and stuff like that, right? And inflammation, they hide behind the cells in the body, right? So the more you keep intaking and digesting the solid foods, right? You're not giving it a chance You're not giving your body a chance, to eliminate those excess waste because you're putting baggage on top of baggage on top of baggage every time, right? So, fasting is very powerful when it comes to healing, and also it helps with your skin too, right? Because within the day 2 and 3, you will start to see like your skin start to look a bit oily, And as I said before, like some of these toxins, they release through the skin. You might start to see little pimples and stuff like that too. But all that is the toxins that is releasing from in the body, right? And yes, at first, the first couple of days, you might have a little trouble with the thinking, like you know what I mean. But after that, after those couple of days are over, it's like you don't even feel. Well, the first couple of days too, you also get really hungry. You get really really hungry because your body is getting accustomed to it. And what I realized from my experience too, every time I say I'm gonna fast, that's when people show up with food all around me. I don't know why that happens. Every time I say I'm gonna fast, I probably just see it as a test, as always. But if you could focus, and keep your mind there and just tell yourself, set your mind that you're gonna do this, right? Even if it's just for a couple days, say like 5 days, but or even if you can just go a day, 24 hours without eating, from the time you stop in taking solid foods, your body goes into action and healing and cleaning up whatever it is that needs to be cleaned up within yourself. And it depends on how many toxins are in your body, right? That will define like, the amount of pimples and stuff you start to get on your skin and stuff like that. Some people get more rashes and pimples and stuff than others, due to the high toxicity in the body, right? But after that, and you get accustomed to it, your thinking clears up, your mind becomes more sharper, you become more alert, right? Your skin starts to make a change as well, becomes more clear, more beautiful. You tend to have like a more glow within. Yes, you lose weight as well, but most of that weight now is like the fatty tissues within, right? And then what happens is no, it will more like turn into muscle, so to speak, right? Those fatty tissues and stuff, like when you're fasting, yes, you will lose the weight, but that will go straight now to the muscles within the body, right? That's where you see now people who fast and stuff like that, and still decide like to work out. You will see they tend to build muscle even faster. They might not be big and massive, but you can see the leanness within the body. You can see the tones more, right? Giving them a more unique look. That's why a lot of people know they're into the intermittent fasting, right? Where you will go like hours in a day without eating, and then say like eat like one meal a day, or later on in the day. So say like the last meal was 8 o'clock at night. They might have a 16-hour span after that, So they will eat like say like the afternoon time now the next day, right? One meal. And within that one meal now, they will have like a lot of calories in it, just to give the body that energy, especially if you're a person now that you're fasting and but you're still busy, you do a lot of moving around and stuff like that, but for the most part when you're fasting, anytime you're doing a fast, I believe you should rest. Your body should be resting as well, right? That is why they say now at night time now before you go to bed, like don't eat anything because that's when the body now heal it start the body's in the healing process. Mostly at night when we sleeping. That's why it's best to go to sleep now on an empty stomach. Right? And with my experience in fasting, I started to see like, my mind became more sharper, my skin became more clear and more glowing. And after a while too, I started to have more energy. Right? Now, depends on how long you're fasting for. Right? It could be weeks, it could be just a couple of days or whatever. When it's time to break your fast now, that is why now this is where now the herbs and stuff will come into play. Right? Like probably the fruits and stuff like that. When you breaking the fast, they say it's best to eat like fruits, or even the natural juices too as well. You can use the natural juices and the fruits and stuff like that. Because when you do that now, the toxins now that was built up in there now, when you fast now, to be excreted now, right? The fruits now and stuff like that will help aid the liver now and the organs now to push to release that to release those toxins now, because not all the toxins are going to come through the urine, you know. There's some that are going to come through, you know, the excretion as well when you excrete. So that's where the fruits and stuff come into play, right? And the vegetables and stuff like that to soften up what's in there. That's why a lot of people, you see a lot of people like they tend to get like constipated and stuff, you know, because all of that, all of the excess foods and stuff that inside their gut, you know, it's hard now for the stomach to like break them down that fast and for the liver now to release them, because you know the liver releases the excess waste. You know, that's why a lot of people get constipated, and that's where now the fruits and stuff that will come into play. You know, the so-called healthy foods to help soften up whatever is in there to be released. All right, so I would just encourage everybody, you know, to try fasting, man. Even if you just start out with a day, you know, and then slowly make your way up from a day to say 3 days, then from 3 days to say like 5, 7 days, you know, then you could go into the weeks. You know, some people go even months on just a water fast or natural herbal tea fast and stuff like that. You know, but it's very beneficial. You know, it's very, very beneficial. And it's so powerful when it comes to healing the body with whatever problems you may have. Right? And not only it heals the body, but you know, it helps on the spiritual side as well too. You know, it helps you to be more in tune now with the divine. Even though it's not a necessity to be in tune with the divine, because our higher selves is us. We can tap into it through meditation or whatever the case may be, you know, but that's kind of like a boost when you fast. Right? So it has a lot of benefits. And from my experience, it works like a charm. Every time. It's not going to be easy at first, but with like anything else, as long as you put it into practice and apply it, you know, it will become easy over time. Alright, so I just want to share that brief message about fasting. You know, if there's anything else that you want to know, you can leave your comments or anything that you might feel that you might have missed out, because it's coming straight from the top. You know, you can leave in the comments or whatever the case may be. You know. With all that being said, I am Beef Sauce to God, sending you love, peace, joy, prosperity, and blessings. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't done so. Feel free to hit the notification bell as well. Feel free to like, feel free to comment, feel free to share my videos if you want. Okay, and have a blessed day and happy manifesting.